Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and my name is Muhammad ASYRAF bin Roslan, and in this video I'll be presenting my proposal for my final project entitled IoT Approach for Optimization Energy Consumption in AC using Genetic Algorithm. My supervisor for this project is Madam Norzaidah Md Noh, and for my lecturer for this course is Dr. Azizah binti Muhammad Ali. And then we begin with the background study. Electricity is used for lighting, heating, cooling and refrigeration. It as well used for operation appliances, electronics, machinery and public transportation system. It is an essential part of modern life and important in human society. In Malaysia, 35,325.9 million kilowatt hours of energy are used for local consumption in domestic and public lighting in 2021. In 2019, nearly 1 gigaton of CO2 emission is produced from the use of AC that total 8.5% of world electricity use. It continues to dominate the energy demand and expected to become one of the major CO2 emitters that contributes to global climate change. For the problem statement is that over the last 30 years, the energy demand for space cooling has tripled, making AC the world's fastest growing energy use appliances. This caused AC having one of the highest yearly electricity consumption, and global energy demand from AC is expected to triple by 2050. For the research question, first, what are the parameters that affecting the energy consumption in AC? Second, how to design an optimal model in energy consumption of AC using IoT. Third, how genetic algorithm can be implemented in optimization of AC. For the research objective, first is to identify the parameter affecting the energy consumption in AC. Second is to design an optimal model in energy consumption of AC using IoT. And third is to develop an optimization of AC energy consumption using genetic algorithm. For the research scope, for the technique is the optimization using genetic algorithm. The model for the aircon will be the non-inverter, and the data set is I will collect my own data at UiTM Engineering Complex with the aid of Arduino microcontroller. For the significant, first we have any engineers that want pioneers new AC model that emphasizing the energy usage. And the second is manufacturer that want to create a better product that can be sold to the customer. And for the last significant is will be the researcher who want to study the optimized model and check any other improvement that can be made. For the literature review here, for the domain, we have air conditioner and IoT, and for the technique is will be the genetic algorithm. And the different technique is the past technique that have been made from the research that can optimize the energy consumption. We have fuzzy logic, and in control theory we have PID, we have linear quadratic regulator, we have pole placement. Basically in control theory is how is a feedback loop where the controller control the input from the loop to achieve the desired state. For the optimization, we have SGD, stochastic gradient descent, we have ant colony optimization, and we have particle swarm optimization. Here in the right side is the related work. So here is the related work. We have the findings. We have the same domain with different technique, and then we have the different domain with same technique. So here the methodology. For the first objective is to identify the parameters affecting the energy consumption in air conditioner, and the first phases will be the preliminary studies where I met the supervisor to discuss on the problem, and then I will identify the problems, determine the scope of project, research question and objective. And then from this I will get the research title, problem statement, scope, research question and research objective. For second phases is the knowledge acquisition. I will review on related literature on same domain with different technique and same technique with different domain. And I will get the literature review on power consumption of AC, genetic algorithm technique and IoT. and then I will get the parameters of energy consumption in AC. For the second objective is to design a model in energy consumption of AC using IoT. I will design and develop sensor board using Arduino Uno, and then I will develop the board and the component used. From this, I will have the block diagram of board for the sensor data collection. And the second activities is I will develop the sensor board using the Arduino Uno, and then I will get the program code and the sensor board itself that later we use for the data collection. For the data collection, I will collect the data at engineering complex at UiTM Shah Alam, and then I will construct the data set. I will get the energy consumption of AC data set, and then the data profiling. I will perform the exploratory and data analysis on each of the parameters, so I get the relationship between parameters and the significance of each parameters. And the last phases is to design model architecture. We apply multiple linear regression to all the parameters to get the formula of energy consumption, and from that I will get the equation of for the electric usage of the AC. For the last one is I will for the last objective is to develop an optimization of AC energy consumption using genetic algorithm. The first activity, first phases is the model development. I will develop the optimized model using genetic algorithm. I will construct the model, and then I will do the parameter tuning. And then from this, I will get the optimal model in energy consumption. For this optimal model is basically I have 10 attributes, and which between these 10 attributes contribute the most in energy consumption. So how I determine this, how to get this is I will run the test on the genetic algorithm, and then I will do the model testing and evaluation, where I do the comparison, the before and after optimization, and then from there I will get the table of energy consumption. And the last part is the documentation part. I will write the full report on the findings, and I will get the final year project. Okay, that's it for my presentation. Thank you for listening, and have a nice day.